Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. So this will be the second video that I made for today. Same outfit but whatever. So I want to talk. In this video, it's not about skincare, it's not about makeup, it's not about whatever lifestyle that I've been doing in my YouTube channel, but this is a different video, which is the wedding series. So I've been thinking about doing a wedding series because, well, I don't know if I'm the one who don't pass by it, or I'm the one who doesn't find it, or what. But I tried to find, but there's a very little video of wedding series in Malaysia, and maybe this video will help. I mean, this whole series will help those brides to be like me. I'm a bride to be, and I hope this video will help you somehow on the procedure, on what you have to do first, what you have to do later on, what you have to do, you know, what you have to focus first and whatnot. And correct me if I'm wrong, and you can suggest me whatever you want to suggest, as you know, let's benefit each other for this wedding series, because I think this will help many girls or guys out there who want to get married and make things easier for everyone. Get what I mean? So I'm getting married next year, and it's like a few months to go now, and I've been planning it almost a year. Yeah, so let's talk about what you have to do first. But sorry if it's a noisy sound on the background, because I don't know why. It is Saturday, but they decided to do the construction on Sunday, which they shouldn't do. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that. It's really noisy, and this is the only time I have to record a video. So yeah, I am sorry. Okay, sorry. So let's get started. First things first, what you have to do first, and what is the most important thing for doing a wedding in Malaysia, especially in KL, in Selangor. I don't know in other states, but this is what you need to do first in KL or Selangor. I'm living in KL, but yeah, so yeah. Okay. The first things first is find a venue. So why venue is very important is because, you know, you don't know if that certain date is a hot date and everyone wants that venue, and you have to fight for that venue. So that's the reason why I've booked my venue a year before my real wedding date. It was a year before. It was like early this year I booked the venue, and my wedding is early next year, so I've booked the wedding venue a year earlier. But it depends on the venue. If the venue is not the, you know, it's not the hot venue or the most wanted venue, I think it won't be a hassle. I mean, you don't need to worry about it. So macam Joanna akan nikah dekat rumah, so pasal rumah, the venue, nikah venue is not a problem for me. But a sending venue for my you know, the other side is very important, because I'm doing here at my home. Save budget, save time, and no need to do any booking, because I'm doing it at home, because I'm doing it very small one. But it depends on you. If you're doing a small wedding, if you're doing a small nikah, a very small reception, and if your house is you know, it's very suitable for such occasion, why not? You can do it at home instead of doing outside. But then you have to, you know, you need to consult with your parents first and your families first on how, if you do it at home, because, you know, you need to clean up the house, you need to clear out all the furnitures at the, you know, at the area you want to put your plumbing and whatnot. So it's gonna be another thing. So yeah, so venue. Oh my god, I am sorry about that. I don't know why I'm doing anything about construction right now. So yeah, first things first is venue. So secondly, if you are getting married on a hot date, book your photographer and your videographer next. This is the most important thing as well, because, you know, if you have your own preference, if you have your own photographer or videographer that you wanted, for example, you have been looking and stalking at Ace profile, Ace photographer example, this A photographer skill, I mean dia punya profile and everything, if you've been admiring it and if you have been like wanting A to take a picture for your wedding, a video for your wedding, so I have to say that you should book them as early as possible, because you don't know if the birds, construction, everything that berbunyi right now. So you don't know if your photographer or videographer are fully booked or they are free on your wedding date. So if you already have your wedding date, if it is confirmed, it is, you know, it is better to book them as early as possible, because you wouldn't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, photographer and videographer next. So the next thing is, for me, for example, for me, I'm doing it at home, my nikah at home, so I need to book catering. So since it is a hot date or whatever, I need to book the catering like a year or maybe as early as possible, because you don't know if, because of catering, they have their own quota for a day. They cannot take like more than 3 or 4 venues for events in a day. I don't know, but that's what my caterers told me. They only take 2 to 3 events in a day, because that's how they keep their quality in a, they make their quality good and make sure that everything goes well. So I've booked my catering and I've booked tent, like because I'm doing it at home, so I need tent, like canopies outside the house. So I've booked my catering and the canopy for the occasion. Catering canopies is if you are doing at home. If you're not doing at home, you can put that aside. And the next thing is makeup artists. Yes, you know, makeup artists, if you have your own specific makeup artist that you want to make up you on your wedding day, it is better for you to book them as early as possible, because you know, this famous or this good well-known makeup artist is always fully booked. So you need, even though it's a year, or but it depends on your makeup artist. If they have opened, you know, their bookings early, you can book them early. If they haven't, so you have to wait until they open their booking slot. So yeah, makeup artist. And the next thing, okay, my camera died on me. Where was I? Yeah, makeup artist. Book your makeup artist as early as possible, especially you want the good ones. So yeah, the next thing is henna. Inai. Okay, I made a mistake for this one. I forgot about my henna artist, because because I am not the person who want the red henna, so in my mind I don't think about it. All I think was like I just want the white henna, so it wasn't the first thing in my mind. So I booked my henna artist like 6 months before, and the henna artist that I really wanted is booked 6 months before. She's booked. Imagine, henna artist. Okay, so that's why makeup artists, henna artists are the most important person in your wedding checklist. So book your henna artist as early as possible. But there are certain henna artists that doesn't accept early bookings. They only open their bookings at certain time, but I don't want to risk that, so I find another henna artist which is very good as well. Her art, her work is amazing, so I booked her early. I don't care how much it costs anymore. You know, henna artists can be expensive as well. Henna artists can be as expensive as your makeup artist, trust me. Once you book all these peoples, you are, you know, you're almost done. You can already relax, because you know who you wanted. Oh, one more thing, your wedding planner or whoever, or we call pelamin decor, wedding decor. So as for me, alhamdulillah, I have my auntie. she does plumbing and wedding decor, so I take her. If you don't have a relative or whatnot, it's for you, it's your job to book them early as well, because you have no idea. If your wedding is on a hot date, my advice is book whatever you have to book as early as possible, because you don't know if they're booked or not. If you are doing your wedding in the hall, at specific hall, most wedding halls, most wedding venues already have their own vendors, their own wedding decor vendors, so there's nothing to worry about. All you have to do is choose a vendor and choose what theme and whatnot, blah 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 and so on. But if you are doing your wedding like me at home, I need to book my wedding decor as early as possible, as early as I book everything else as well. So yeah, for me, I have my wedding book. Excuse the logo, this has nothing to do. Okay, there's nothing to do. It's just that I got this book when I went to my fiance's office, and they gave me this book, and it is perfect for me to do it as a wedding book. So I've tagged all of it accordingly. I am a very specific and organized person, and I try to be as organized as possible, because I know I am the person yang suka lupa. So I jot down every single thing. Oh no. I jot down every single wedding wedding things. Like for example, I'm gonna do a separate videos like for all this. I'm gonna do all the separate videos for all the taggings. As for now, this video is specifically about what you have to do first on your wedding, for your wedding. I'm sorry. So a book, a checklist, of course, is very important for your wedding. Before you book all the things, you have to do surveys. So like I do a lot of surveys. Like this is the photographer surveys, all the photographers, because you know we have our own budgets, so you see which photographer goes well and fits your budget. Photographer surveys, photo booth surveys, makeup artist surveys, henna artist surveys. I also do surveys on designers for your wedding dress. Yeah, your designer survey on the price, and all the surveys has to do beforehand, and I jot it down everything in this book so that I can see which fits my budget, so it's easier for me to book them as well. So these are the things that I do before I book everything. Every time I go somewhere, or every time I have meeting with my mom or my future mother-in-law, or you know, or with my fiance, everything I jot down, just in case, you know, we don't know if I forget it in the future, and they forget it as well, and yeah, we'll go on this next time on my other video. So these are like other checklists, and I did like for the hantaran, bridesmaid, groomsman. Yes, I also managed the groomsman. I also settled the groomsman stuff. So all the bridesmaids duties I wrote down, I jot down, because I'm doing, you know, something. And all the payments that I've done, all the payments, and the timeline, you know, the timeline, and all the timeline 6 months before, like this one, 6 months before, and then 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, and whatnot. We go on that next video, and up until on the day to the day of the wedding. I also do the budgeting, all the budgets, so that I won't go overboard. And these are for the brides, the checklist for the brides, baju and whatnot. And this is the designers that I surveyed, and there's for the grooms as well, and the guest list, all the guest lists, you know, the guest list, and the other checklist on the day, blah blah blah, and so many things. And you know, behind here I do all the surveys. I also have taggings like behind here, so these are all the surveys of prices that I've done. And yeah, so if you want things to be easier and to go smoothly accordingly, I suggest you to do a book, or to do, you know, a file of your timeline, a file of things, so that you don't forget. So I guess that's all for this video, as an early video. Since this video is what are the first things you have to do before you plan for your wedding, and what are the first things you should do when you plan a wedding. So let's recap and summarize this, because this video is gonna be a super long one, I bet. I'm really sorry if this video it's all about chit-chatting and non-beneficial, but I hope it benefits some of you out there. So what are the things, let's recap and summarize everything. So what are the important things to do when you plan a wedding is get yourself a book and jot down everything, all your surveys, all your plannings in a book or in a file. And then when you get your budgeting and you get everything, you know, all the surveys, and you know what fits your budget, booked all the things that need to be booked, like venues is very important, your videographer, your photographer, your makeup artist, your henna artist, and in my case catering and canopies. And yeah, that's all the most important thing that has to be booked first. And I booked all of these like almost 1 year before my actual wedding date, or maybe less than 1 year lah, but like 11 months or 10 months before my actual wedding date. And don't make a mistake like me. I find henna artists a bit late, even though it was 6 months before, but most of the henna artists are already booked. So yeah, I guess those are the important things that you need to do, the first thing you need to do when you plan a wedding. I really hope this helps you a lot. And I see you in my next video, in my next wedding series, and tell me what you want me to talk about the weddings in the wedding series. So I am so happy to share with you, and if you have suggestions, just comment down below, and I would love to read your suggestions and share it to everyone, so it benefits everyone as well. So that's all from me for the first wedding series. I don't think it's the first wedding series, because I did a chocolate hantaran ideas as a wedding series, so but this is the official first video. So thanks for watching. I see you guys in my next video. Bye.